Allah says, you may have committed adultery, you may have committed fornication, you may have so many other sins, intoxicants, drugs, gambling, whatever else. The list is endless of these major sins. And you know what Allah says? It's not the end. If you sought forgiveness and changed your ways, those are the two conditions you need. Seek forgiveness and change your ways. Then we want you to know that paradise was actually created for people like you. La ilaha illallah. Brings me to tears just to think of this, my brothers and sisters. Listen to this beautiful verse, 135 of Surah Al Imran. Those who have engaged in immorality, talking of adultery, fornication, immorality, whatever, nudity, pornography, whatever else it may have been, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, those who have engaged in immorality, or they have wronged themselves by major sin in one way or another, if they remember Allah and seek forgiveness of their sins or from their sins, and they know who is there to forgive the sins besides Allah, and they do not continue in their bad ways after knowing and after having sought the forgiveness, their lives changed. So two things happen. After the sin, forgiveness was sought, and they didn't go back to those bad ways. Their lives changed completely. You are not going to be judged by your past, not in the eyes of Allah. Your past is exactly that. It's your past. Forget about it, put it behind your back. You might even want to laugh about it sometimes. So my brothers and sisters, don't let your past haunt you, because you'll never achieve comfort. It's a bigger crisis to let your past haunt you than the sins that you had actually committed, which were also a crisis at the time. But now that you've changed, forget about the past. It's gone. It's history. The beauty of Islam, you don't need to ever confess those sins to anyone. Nobody. When you sought forgiveness from Allah, it was wiped out. Even the angels were made to forget it. So don't ever talk about it. التائب من الذنب كمن لا ذنب له. The one who sought forgiveness from a sin is equivalent to he or she who never ever committed that sin. Look at the mercy of Allah there. So if someone says, did you commit a sin? I didn't, because I'm equivalent to the one who didn't ever commit the sin. And it's wiped out, it's gone. I don't wish to talk to you about it. You are not my God. You are not Allah. You are not the owner of the Day of Judgment. And for all purposes, you don't need to know what happened. Subhanallah, you're perfectly fine by saying,